What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. It's Monday. It's video time, just like I said. So far, so good. Um, so how did we do this past weekend? So this is the month of November. Excuse me. Um, we're doing pretty good on our conversion rate, 1.9. Organic impressions, we're getting more of those, and these numbers are looking a little better. So I understand that I'm down here. So you guys can't really see. I noticed that when I was watching back one of my videos. So I'll try to remember to move this up. So we had that big sales day right here, 27 items. That was good. That was back on November 8th, a Wednesday. We sold 22 this past Saturday, 15 on Sunday, but only 6 today. So we're doing good on the weekends still. Um, didn't make a lot of money though because we're getting rid of this junk. Getting rid of a lot of junk. So that's good. So we sold 268 over 20 days, 13.4. We were at 11 last month. So 2.4 more items sold. But again, we'd like to increase our ASP, but just like I said, we got to get through all this crap. So we're getting through, I'd say probably 80% of the orders I shipped out um, were like really cheap items, all the bad stuff. But you got to purge it out of your store. So our plan's working. We're getting rid of it. We're getting through it. I am right now. I'm taking the garage sale stuff, the stuff I don't want to put back in the store. I'm gonna lot it up, and I'm gonna put it on Facebook Marketplace. I'm gonna do two different sizes, a lot of 100 and a lot of 50. And I'm just gonna put it on there, see what happens. If it sells, I'll do it again. If it doesn't, we'll probably, I don't know what. I don't know. But I'm taking anything that doesn't have a tag, it's made in China and no label, right? It has a spot, a hole. We're just gonna get rid of that stuff, donate it. Um, if it doesn't sell, maybe in the spring I'll try one more garage sale. I would like to get in uh to like some sort of multi-family sale that's like at one location or something. Maybe I could get rid of almost all of it. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm gonna put it pretty cheap, maybe a couple bucks, $3 an item on Facebook Marketplace. See what happens. If I don't get any action, I'll lower the price. But I've got maybe a couple thousand items. Say we could make like 2, 3 grand. That would go a long ways towards the, let's just say, 10,000 we're trying to raise to buy that bigger lot. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. I'm interested to see at the end of this month how much money we have in the bank account, because that'll tell how far we are to our goal and how long it's probably going to take. We're going to be able to do it 2, 3 months. It's going to take 6 months. I mean, I don't know. It's just going to depend, because as I get rid of the crappy items, that should make eBay happy, right? Because they've been in there for a while. And as we get rid of those, we should be getting better in eBay's graces. And when people do come to our store, they'll be buying higher price items. Should become easier to raise money. Uh, our items that are going in, like we're almost through. We were talking about last time. We've got some crap to get through. We're just about through the stuff that has to go in there. That's not great. Uh, other than the auction stuff, I do remember that we've got, I don't know, 100 and so, whatever it is. But that number is winding down. So that's good. That's what you want to see. And then once we get through all that, then it's on to the good. And I'm like I said, I do have another source that I order from sometimes. I don't really love them, but I get okay products, better than what the garage or the lower end. It's not lower end stuff. Most of it is like $15 and above, which some people, maybe that's lower end stuff. I don't know. But anyway, so it's I can buy it for cheap and I can sell it for a decent amount, make decent money off of it. So that stuff I'm keeping aside, and I still have enough good stuff about the stuff that I just ordered that I can do this. If that makes sense. So uh, I calculated out I should be able to get through the end of the year without, or I'm sorry, second week of December without ordering any more uh, inventory. So I'll probably place another order this week or next, get another 80 pieces. That'll stretch another almost 4 days because we're doing 21 a day. Uh, so that will get us 3 weeks into December. So, because at the end of the year, my buddy's coming here for New Year's. And so he has some inventory at his house and he just doesn't have the time to get to it. So he's going to bring it, we're going to bring it back here. Most of it, not all of it, but most of it. So that'll give me maybe 75 to 100 pieces from him that I can list or we can list. So I'll give us a couple more days, maybe 3, 4 days. Would that be? Yeah, 4 to 5 days. So that'll get us a little further into January. And so if we don't have the money, we're just going to have to keep buying inventory different ways, go to Goodwill. Goodwill stuff is a little more expensive. You make a little more off of it, but it's not always it's not always a $20 profit item. So, it's that balance. We're kind of in this midpoint. And I think this is what's hard for resellers, right? Because you can afford a certain type of inventory. It's not super expensive, but it's not cheap it's not like $2 or $3 unless you're going to the bins. I don't have any bins around me, so I can't do that. The closest one is maybe 3 hours away. I'd have to look. So it's not impossible. It's just I don't go there. So, anyways, but you kind of are stuck in this point where you got to let that cash flow add up so that you can go make a bigger purchase. And when you do, you got to know what the heck you're getting. You got to trust the source. You got to know, okay, if I spend $10,000, how much am I going to make? Because if you can spend $10,000 and let's say you spend $9,000, right? You get 3,000 pieces for $3 each, and you can make $10 each piece. So you made 30,000 minus cost of goods. You're $21,000. So what I'm saying is, you get to this level where it's easier to multiply your money. It just takes a little while. You gotta know exactly all the moving parts and how to do it. And it's also easier if you don't screw up like I did. Like if I would have bought better stuff in the beginning, I wouldn't be in this spot and I'd be a lot further. I'd already be doing buying a truckload or whatever. But so you got to be careful how you come up, and you just got to be careful on the brands you buy and the price you pay for them. You can't overpay. You can't buy the wrong stuff. Otherwise, eBay gets mad. So yeah, it's kind of a balancing act. It takes a while to learn, but once you know, then it's on autopilot, right? So uh we're coming back, we're doing good, we're doing better. Um I guess we can check. Why the heck not? 14,388 divided by 268 takes 53.686567164179 page views to sell one item. So 54 page views basically to sell one item. So that's good. This is for the last 31 days. So if you look, 286 in the last 20 days, we sold 268. So again, we're going up, right? But let's look at the last 31 days. So 54, what is it going to be now? Probably a little higher. Yeah, 58. So again, we're just slowly improving. You can see here 0.2 and 1.7, 0.2 and 1.9. So our sales conversion rate's going up. 1.6, 6.3. Oh, it's the same. Look at that. 22 and 77, 24 and 75. So we're selling a lot more organic items. We're selling more items organic off organic traffic. We're not selling more organic items. We're not selling like fruit grown organically. Page views, they look like they're going down, huh? Are they? 785, 964. Sometimes this line tricks you into thinking they're going down, but I think they are going down a little bit. So there's things to keep in mind when you're doing this kind of e-commerce stuff is you can't forget about the overall economy. So one thing, my business partner, he works for his buddy, and that's his full-time job. He helps his buddy run his business. And so he was talking to they get deliveries all the time, right? They sell products just like us, but not on eBay. And they have a brick and mortar. And so I was talking to a UPS driver, and the UPS driver said, we're super slow. Like we haven't even hired helpers. That's how slow we are. So you got to think the overall economy. You can't just think, why is my store doing bad? What am I doing wrong? You got to look at the overall economy, the overall picture too. We get so focused on the micro details of our business. Sometimes you got to take a step back and you got to look at the broader view and say, what's going on in the world? Like, is Costco, how are they doing? Are their sales down? Or McDonald's or whatever? Like, or maybe something more e-commerce related. Like, how is eBay doing overall as a company? Are their sales down as a company or traffic down? Um, Amazon, all these different, maybe e-commerce. Are e-commerce sales down overall compared to this time last year? So it's helpful to do that stuff because then you don't take such a negative look on yourself. Like we just saw, the page views they're kind of down, right? Like 785 for a Sunday, that was the highest. But maybe just more people were buying here at the beginning of November. They had just gotten paid. And now people are taking their money instead of buying clothes. What are we buying? Food to put on the table for Thanksgiving. Maybe some early Christmas shopping. Because when you're at a store like Costco buying all your Christmas or your Thanksgiving stuff, you're probably buying some Christmas stuff too. I was at Costco over the weekend and it was packed and there were a lot of people buying Christmas gifts. So you just got to remember, there's an overall picture too. It's not just necessarily something that you've done wrong. Uh, you got to look at more factors than just what we micro focus on here with eBay, right? So I don't know. That's my 2 cents. So then when you look at, and this is another great example, looking at a longer period. Now we're looking at 31 days instead of just the 20 days. Now look at the page views. Well, you could see we kind of spiked around here and then we went down. So let's look at, can we go back to here? Why doesn't it put you on the day? Instead of saying I can't show you any views because we can only show you 90 days, why don't you just put me on the 90th day? And show me, right? Instead of going November 19th, oh, okay, we can't show you any data. Well, you can because now you are. Sorry, it's just a rant about stupid eBay. Okay, so let's look at beginning of months, right? Beginning of September, we were getting around 400 page views. Beginning of October, 656. Beginning of November, 791. Right here. Sorry, 900. 900, 900. Right, so you see what I'm saying? So the beginning of the month, let's find the highest day here, close to the beginning of the month. The 4th, 660, and then it kind of went down. And you have a good day. 758. We're just looking at page views, nothing else. Middle of the month, more people coming on, they get paid mid-month. Then you see it crash again at the beginning of the month. So what I'm saying is it looks like a pattern beginning in mid-month. Beginning in mid-month. So for me, and this was done a long time ago, it was the end of the month and mid-month were my two busiest days. That was data taken over like 6 month period. That was a hell of a project. I had to literally count out every cell, then average them all out. Oof, I wouldn't recommend doing that at that large scale. Maybe do it for a couple months or something. I don't know. But anyways, that's another thing to look at. Like, oh, am I doing bad? No, it's just it's going to be busier certain times. Like it's busier on the weekends. For me, it's busiest Sunday, Monday, Saturday. Friday wasn't even in the top three, oddly enough. Could change now. I don't know. You can look at your traffic overall though. 251. Yesterday we had 428. So our traffic is increasing. Our impressions, not our traffic. I mean, I guess an impression could be considered traffic, but I don't really consider it traffic because it's not people that actually click on your item. It can show up and they never even see it because they're just scrolling through. Could be another seller just doing an eBay search. They have no intention ever of buying. So I look more at how many people are actually coming to my store and then how do they convert. So I don't know. That's just kind of the way I look at things. Um, and obviously, when you go up, like this difference between 251 and 498, right? That's almost double, or 428, right? So what is that? 370,000, 180,000 more people. That's not from searches of other sellers, right? Obviously. So our traffic is going up, our impressions are going up, and in turn, our page views are going up, right? So we know all that. It's all good. So that's going to wrap it up. I'll let you know how my little Facebook experiment goes here. I'm 50-50 on it working. I know other people do it, do it, do. Uh, and it works. They've had success with it. I don't live in a huge area, metropolitan wise or population wise. Um, it's not extremely tiny, but it's a small town. Definitely a small town. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I know there's resellers here. I see them. Talked about them doing their crack dance at the old freaking thrift stores, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna try it out. We're gonna see. That's all you can do is try, and hopefully we can make a few $1,000s, get rid of all of it, and on to the better stuff. So, all right, that's gonna do it today. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.